Well, I believe it's functioning.
We live?
I think so. I just hit the start streaming button.
Okay. Yep. The stream's just started.
Alright.
Okay, hi everybody.
Hello!
Welcome to the stream. Sage is going to be animating the Don't Have to Hide animation for us.
Yep. I'm very excited. I've never done a stream before, and I'm happy to hear any feedback or commentation you guys may have. How's Thanksgiving been?
Just a chill day. We don't celebrate it, so. I got this new game though as an early Christmas present, so I've been on that today. It's really cool.
Very neat. So, my aunt's in the living room watching the Downton Abbey movie. Have you seen it
really?
yet? Yeah.
No, I've never been a fan of Downton Abbey.
Well, that's a darn shame.
That's literally my name, apart from the Downton bit.
Goodness, I don't know what's up with this, but my computer seems to be lagging just a little bit, but it should be okay.
Alright.
I think it might be because I'm streaming from Discord as well. Is it alright if I close this?
Close what?
The screen share.
Oh, yeah, sure. I'll just be watching on the stream anyway.
Stop. There we go. Oh, that's better. Much, much better. Has anyone joined yet?
Like the stream?
Yeah.
Yeah, only 30 people.
Oh, hi guys.
I thought you would have it open. I didn't realize you didn't know that.
My computer is a tiny bit on the weak side, but...
Ah, right. Jason said that he gives everyone in chat a turkey.
Well.
It's a lot of money.
Well, actually, I'm vegetarian, but thank you, that's very kind.
Oh, yeah. I forgot about that.
Yeah. I don't typically tend to mention it unless I'm visiting.
I'm a big meat eater, so I will gladly have your turkey.
You may have all the turkey.
Thank you.
So for the first part of Don't Have to Hide, I actually made a mistake with the shading and tried to block shade it like this, and it actually made the shading more difficult to work with in the long term, especially the chair slide. That was hard. So I've decided to switch to a slightly more traditional shading style and just line it first and then shade. Which, I gotta say, has worked out much better. It looks much more smooth. Let's see. I'm sorry I'm not the most sparkling conversationalist.
No, you're fine. Drib, I can't say the name, but we'll say Drib, said, I love the chair slide scene.
Yeah, the chair slide scene was actually a lot of fun. Actually, do you guys want to see the whips for it? Pardon my weird computer. I have a weird computer. Let's see, I think that it was page 3. Nope. It might have been page 2. 2-3. 2-5.
Have I been hit before? There's no... Ooh, okay. We'll go with it, I guess.
And go with what?
Yeah, they're saying they'd like to see the scene.
Alright. If I can find it. I organized it in a somewhat odd way.
Huh?
Ah, there's the scope. There we go. Okay, so this is the original rotoscope for the chair slide scene. This is my brother. I was at their house for a while, and having a rather fantastic theatrical flair, he helped me shoot the chair slide.
I love the video, I can't lie.
Yeah, it's
He's
very
just so into it, he just throws himself into the chair, and it's just a what aspire to be in life, you know?
He does. My brother is very, very theatrical. He loves hamming it up for the camera, which is great, because when you're rotoscoping, you really, really have to exaggerate a movement to make it more believable. The thing that divides...
like behind the scene clip where we have this version and the guest version, but all you can hear is deja vu.
I might actually have the original... Oh, yep, there it is. Go for it. Now, I did have to actually speed it up a bit for the actual chair slide. Let me see if I can open up Blender really quick. Let's see. Where has everything gone? Oh, this must have been after I reorganized the files. Let me see. It might be in wide slide. Oh, yep, there we go. Alright. So, first things first. The original frames for this scene I did actually have to do on a widescreen so I could add in the camera movements later. This is the final animation. You can see where I did a lot, and I do mean a lot, of blurring and anatomy breaking. This blur in particular was actually a lot of fun to do. This one, I think, could be a meme. I am a sucker for smear frames. I love smear frames. Okay, there's the slam. You can see where the outlines sort of spike out and then settle in. That was just over the course of a couple of frames. And then he reaches over to check on the boy. Let me see which... This was the slide after I'd added some camera panning effects, just to show them side by side. These are the exact same frames at the exact same speed, but this one on the left, I've done a little bit of cleaning over here with the image offset. That way it fits the background a little bit better, adds some more dynamicism to the movement. This one here was directly lifted from the rotoscoping that my brother did. This one is exaggerated. Like, by a lot. Oh goodness, it froze. If you'll give it a moment. Deja vu, I've just been in this place. And of course, the gradient that helps give it a slightly darker, edgier feel. But again, this is still in the widescreen phase. If we...
Well, it's looking stunning. Well, it looks stunning.
If you want to see the animation compared to my brother and his silliness, let me see if I can actually get this over with. Yep. There's the original animation. Sorry, the original rotoscope. Here are the roughs. If you see here, my brother didn't originally kick up his foot like this, so I traced in the path to give it a little bit more exaggeration, so that when he slams into that chair, you can really feel it. And while it's not really visible in the final product, I do feel like it made a difference in the end. It's very loose, very rough, and I did exaggerate a bit. Here's the cleaned lines. You can see how it bears a little bit more resemblance to our favorite Goop Dad.
It's really cool.
It's hard to see, but mostly because I have Blender on dark mode, but these were the cleaned lines. Let me zoom out again. And this is just rough color without any blurring. You can see how honestly kind of cheesy and corny the smear frames look without the added motion blur, but with the final product, with the shadow and the added digital blur, it gives it a little bit more of an impactful feel, I think. Yeah, that was how we did the chair slide. All the way from this to, well, this. I was very proud of it, and I'm glad that you guys enjoyed it. This one took me about 2.5 weeks. But now we're just doing a little tiny thing here. Did anybody have any questions, or?
No, I think they're just quoting memes at the minute.
Oh, by the way, if you hear dogs barking in the background at any point during the stream, I apologize. Outside Living has very, very many dogs.
Said you're really good at this stuff.
Thank you. I am still scared crapless and I still have no idea what I'm doing, but okay. Blast.
Eclipse said, what are the doggers' names?
Let's see, there is Henry McKaysey, Tom Trooper, who has 3 legs, Tater, and Tom the Keithhound. All of them are schnauzers except for one.
Huh.
They are quite fluffy and quite affectionate, but they're also quite loud. Let's see, the light's coming from this direction. So, but how does that pan out to here? Yeah, that works.
Ghost Girl Haunts, said that they bet your dogs are very cute.
Oh, thanks. Speaking of adorable, fluffy, 4-legged fur babies, how is Dorian?
He's laying on me right now.
Hi, Dorian.
Dorian, Sage said hi. Nah, he's just totally out of it.
Yeah, of course he is.
But to be fair, he wouldn't care otherwise. He doesn't really care for anything.
Well, that's a darn shame because we care about him a lot.
Yeah. You're just a Cindery, aren't you, Dorian?
I'm not a daddy, soon daddy. I don't know the rest of the song, but hey, it's a cute little tune and I just botched it. Did you see something cool?
I'm just trying to figure out what my quest in this game actually is right now.
What are you playing?
My time in 40th.
I've never heard of it, unfortunately.
It's a bit like in 3D Stardew Valley.
Ah. Very cool. Let's hope that this shades properly. Alright, all is looking nearly well. Okay, inside of the hood. Oh, please swap colors. Thank you. Let's see. Apologies if I'm terribly boring. Perhaps like
No,
wait,
not boring.
should I throw on some music or would we get copy hit struck?
If you have the Undertale soundtrack, I recommend playing that.
I do, in fact.
Okay.
A couple of these are actually not Undertale specifically, but they were things that Toby Fox worked on. One of my favorites that nobody else seems to know about came from his I Miss You Earthbound hack called Checkerboard Memories. I think you guys might like that. Nope. Nope, that's there we go. I do honestly think that Toby had been planning Deltarune for a while, given that this song was in his 2012 hack.
This is people are having pumpkin pie. That's cool.
Very interesting. I think that Toby's Earthbound hack from 2012, the music in it just didn't get as much attention as it deserved. People love Megalovania, but there were a bunch of other good ones on that track too that I think that it'd be nice if more people saw or heard. Oh, that doesn't make any sense. Let's see. This one, I think, in particular, is actually quite a bop. And there go the dogs. Told ya. Maybe I should use a spline this one. Out of all the songs in the entire Undertale soundtrack, I think that this one is actually my favorite. What about you?
Which one's playing?
Raining Somewhere Else.
Mine's probably Last Goodbye.
That's a good one too.
Yeah.
Is my music coming through okay?
People are commenting on it,
Okay.
so I'm gonna assume so, but I haven't got the audio for the stream on.
Oh, I see. think is actually going on in the background of the song? Is it a restaurant or a bus station? It sounds like a bus station.
Yeah. I'm not sure if I really thought about it.
I don't know why I said anything. I'm sorry.
Oh, you're fine. We'll just have to have another listen to it. Brian's asked if he can join. I'm assuming that's fine.
Yeah, sure. Just realized I made a very crucial mistake on his sleeve.
Oh boy.
That's okay. It shouldn't take too long to fix. Hey, if you wanted to talk about it, what are you working on for the next dub that you're putting out? Do you want anything? Do you want me to help with anything on it?
No, I'm starting on a new series.
Ooh.
Well, redoing a new series. This will be like this will be like the third attempt I've made doing a series then. Dang it! Oh, Brian, I didn't hear you come in. Hey.
No one wants to know I'm here.
So you're Scottish and a ninja now.
Ninja Brian.
Jeez.
Was that a reference to something I don't get, or?
It's Ninja Sex Party.
Oh.
I just got the brand new Under the Covers 3 album with me right now, and it's signed, and I love it. But I'm listening to it on a YouTube playlist as we speak anyway.
Currently we got Death by Glamour going, so that's awesome.
Oh.
Wait. For a second I was scared I was doing that on the wrong layer.
Oh no.
I hate when that happens.
Merge the layer, Kronk! Wrong layer!
Why do we even have that layer?
It might just be because this is being recorded, but for whatever reason, my mouse is a little bit more well, not my mouse. Good grief, could you imagine drawing this with a mouse? Heck no!
Hello, wine glass.
What about a wine glass?
You were like, oh, there'll be a new person.
This game is so weird.
What game are you playing?
Still playing my time at 40, but now it's a Life of the Sunday or something. And they throw presents from the sky.
Huh.
Okay.
That's an interesting one. I don't think I've heard of that.
Cool, 2 pumpkin pies. Love it.
Oh,
No, stop taking my presents.
oh my, oh my.
Yes.
For those of you curious about why I'm redoing these lines, the shadows weren't falling the way they should, and just so that I've got a clean reference for when I'm supposed to do any cleanup or shading, I've got to make sure these lines are just so that I know where the path of motion goes.
That translates into Sage is a smart bean for all you non-animators out there.
No, I'm not. I'm mediocre.
Yeah. They're a smart bean. Don't let them lie to you.
I'm not a they, and I'm not that smart, really.
Can we get a Sage is a smart bean in the chat, everyone?
No, stop! I forbid it! Lies! Slander! Libel!
Oh no, I'm out of room for my things. I've got too much. I don't want all this. Yes.
Okay, yep, see, there we go. There's the hiccup.
Okay.
Yes, my little creepypasta one. Yes. Support the cause.
What?
Yes, wine glass. We're getting some Sage be a smart beans in the chat.
No! Stop it!
Yes, Eurovirus.
Cease and desist, or I shall yeet.
Yes, Berton Lazo, yes.
No! Melting! Ah! I cannot handle this validation.
You cannot deny the facts.
Yes, I can. I reject your reality and substitute my own.
What do you prefer, Sage? Best cookie or best bean?
Best burnt biscuit?
Best burnt biscuit. Sage's best burnt biscuit, everyone.
That was supposed to be sarcastic.
You heard it here, everyone.
I love this one. Gosh dang it.
Friends behind.
Okay, this song in particular is the best.
I don't know what it is. I've got safety dance in my ears right now.
Finale Undertale.
Ah, nice. Yes, Ryan. Yes.
What did this
Ryan's
person
in
say?
on it now.
What did this person say?
Ryan's saying one in the chat of Sage is the best burnt biscuit.
This is a joke that isn't going away anytime soon.
Mike, if you passed a one, you're already one step ahead, aren't you? You've got that one already there.
Save me, I'm being slandered. I'm kidding. You guys are great. Thanks. And you guys are amazing too.
Yeah.
Don't forget that, and don't let anybody tell you different, okay?
Only if you accept it too.
Must I adhere to the standard?
It's so annoying when a hypocrite tells another hypocrite off for being a hypocrite. It's amazing.
God damn it.
Bye, Dino Nugget.
See ya. Be safe. What was that noise?
I have no idea. No, not at all, my creepypasta. My little creepypasta.
That's hilarious.
It is. I was dying when I found out.
Found out about what?
It was in the car for a good 15 minutes.
Just Ryan at college, some drama happened and he got looked back for it, I guess.
Ah, I see.
Abby, do we want to make an announcement for the stream?
Uh-oh.
You can, yeah.
Yeah?
If Sage is okay with it.
Yeah?
Feel free. You own the channel, I just draw the pictures.
That's silly, but... okay, whatever. I don't know how to accept that, actually.
Well, is this the announcement that I'm thinking of?
It's just saying that we're streaming at the minute.
Yeah.
So not the announcement I'm thinking of.
There is a never announcement.
Oh, it was that other thing that we were talking about the other day. Nothing major. Nothing major at all.
Sure hope it's not nothing. I sure hope it's nothing major because I can't remember. I'm just a dummy.
Certain dub for whom we've been speaking with, the creators who have recently been speaking with us in the work server.
Yes.
That one.
No, we haven't made that yet.
Okay. And just so you guys know, that is all I'm gonna say on the matter, so don't prod me.
Hi.
Hello.
Oh, it's going.
Okay. What are you lovely saying in the chat? Yes, Ryan.
Oh, Ryan, are you in there? I can't really hear you all that well.
You might have to send them with it.
Okay. Okay, guys, what would you say? Pancakes or waffles?
Do you like waffles? Yeah, we like waffles. Do you like pancakes? Yeah, we like.
Yeah, we like pancakes.
Do you
Do
like
you
French?
like French toast?
There's
Yeah, we like
back
French toast.
in the day where it was chicken nuggets with the smiley face waffles. Best way.
Yes. So I think it's a unanimous pancakes there, Eurovirus.
Then I shall be the lone waffle of resistance.
Yikes.
Okay, waffles are better than pancakes in every regard possible. Pancakes.
That's a very
if you...
interesting opinion of yours.
Is that your way of telling me that I'm wrong?
Maybe.
Pancakes do not have handy little places to hold the syrup so it doesn't spill over the sides and destroy the tablecloth.
But crumpets do, and it depends which way you make your pancakes.
The heck are crumpets?
Let me tell you, crumpets are more of an English thing that you dip in your tea and have a bit of a scone inside.
Oh,
a bit
my
of
God.
strawberry jam. Might I enlighten you and possibly deliver a cup of Earl Grey tea?
I can't
Let me fix my monocle here as I ship out the French fancies on this little plate matter.
Brian! I swear to God!
fine day for mine.
Stop! I cannot hear you in this weird approximation of an English accent. Bring back Scotland!
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 Freedom!
Freedom!
11.
I play D&D as a dungeon master, and 2 of my players are Dragonborn, and we have determined that Dragonborn are Scottish. Aggressively Scottish. And 2 of my players, who are Dragonborn, have decided to do that entire skit in character before every single session, and they blame the engineering on goblins. Hey Brian, I can't remember. Do you play D&D?
I very much do. It's limited to how much I play, but anytime it... Like, I walk around with my D&D dice in my bag. So if, like, a spontaneous D&D match kicks out on a VC, I'll play it in the middle of the road, okay? I don't care. Like, I will join any D&D game that goes.
Alright, so, what kind of dice person are you? A couple of fancy dice, just one set of plastic dice, or all the clickety-clacky math rocks?
I'm looking for a set of weighted metallic die, which they feel amazing. I've had a chance to sort of roll them and you really feel the weight of them. But right now I'm working with not clickety-clack, but the soft-branded plastic side dies, which I like that are. But I will be upgrading to the heavy metallic die.
I have a set of metal dice that I got when I went to AwesomeCon with my friends in Washington, D.C., and it was a heck of a trip, and oh my god, my friends are insane. You guys probably don't know any of them, but among them was our well-beloved Slick.
Oh, Slick Best Bean?
Yep. So, this group of friends, this was back when I was living in Oregon. I'd recently lost my job and was having trouble making rent happen and making food happen, so I'd had to retract my plans to come finally meet them in person in Washington, D.C. These kids, these crazy, crazy, crazy kids, decided to pool all of their... Okay, for whatever reason, this is just looking weird. Decided to pool their current assets to kidnap me and put me on a plane and send me to Washington, D.C.
What?
Yeah. And they actually did manage to do it. I was floored when they called me that night and said, "Hey, Sage, we've got a surprise for you." And it was enough funds for a plane ticket to go meet them.
I have to win.
Okay, and
He's being an annoying.
how dare you?
A wild dawn appears.
Other notes, hello everybody.
Hello, Mr.
Oh,
Amazing VA.
Hey, Mr. Amazing!
Crashing our streams now, are we?
Oh, am I not a part of TwoAllNighters
You
anymore?
are very much a part of
You are indeed.
Shut up, Ryan.
3-all-nighters.
What, is that the official new...
TwoAllNighters. more like 3-all-nighters.
I have actually pulled at least 3 all-nighters in a row for the animations on a couple things in the past.
That's my name.
Inadvisable. Do not recommend. 1 star, 2 thumbs down. Don't do that.
Hiya, Jay. Jay's in the chat.
Hey, JB. Welcome.
Anyway, I just wanted to come in and say hi real quick, that's all.
Hi,
Okay.
you're amazing.
Bye.
I mean,
Goodbye, people. Bye.
Bye.
figure out where the shadows
Remember
are.
this in- that's-
So Caitlin asks, what's our favourite things to do?
Oh,
Sleep.
actually, this is my thing. This is the do that I do. But I also love backpacking, hiking, bicycling, and playing Dungeons and Dragons.
Yeah.
I do sports about it.
That's sport's a good thing. Healthy thing as well.
At least you're incredibly independent when it comes to the group, 'cause pretty sure no one else here really does that much sport.
That's true.
Hey, there's nothing wrong with having interests other than sports, and there's nothing wrong with having interests that involve sports.
Unless you have a
Yes, there is.
unless you have an unhealthy interest in a particular thing, more
Brian, are
particularly.
you trying to say that you have an unhealthy interest in something?
I do have an unhealthy interest in something.
What is it, Brian?
It's Oreos.
I was about to say it.
Oh yeah.
I have a very much unhealthy interest in Oreos.
Hopefully to the point of the Oreos indicated.
The Oreos are hiding from me around the world. They know that I'm searching for them, so they're making it as hard for me to find them as possible. But I'll find them. I'll find them.
Okay.
They can roll, but they can't hide. That's true, Joe. So, Danny asks, what's your favourite food? I'll go first. Oreos. What about you, Ryan?
What about me?
Mm-hmm.
What's my favourite food?
Or snack.
Why do I hear boss music?
Like a traditional meal.
Yeah.
Because Christmas is coming up. Christmas dinner. Oh,
Ooh.
Christmas.
I'm trying to figure out if this looks okay, but it would mean really, really rapidly eclipsing these shadows, and they just don't match. Arg. Okay, if I could just...
Favorite book?
Oh my god, that is such a loaded question.
Yes.
You have no idea. I love books. Books are very much definitely my thing. I've loved books for about as long as I've known what books were. Brandon Mull's Fablehaven series is very good, in addition to its Dragon Sanctuary follow-up series. Skullduggery Pleasant. I love Skullduggery Pleasant. Like, you guys are from the UK. You've heard of Skullduggery Pleasant, probably. Right?
Not right.
That's right.
Sin! It is extremely witty, and, basically the long and short of the plot is that if Sans Undertale were Sherlock Holmes and his sidekick were Buffy the Vampire Slayer, and she's 12.
Did the live stream? Yeah, we go on the live stream, fine.
And also, kind of mashed up with Harry Potter / the Dresden Files / Supernatural. Basically, if you like murder, mystery, horror, noir, comedy, and tons and tons and tons of very, very witty dialogue with very harsh and snappy comebacks and very, very good fight scenes and crazy plot twists, you'll like Skullduggery Pleasant.
Nice. That's cool.
Yeah.
I think for me, it was going to be the Aragon Inheritance cycle.
I love those books. I had the first copy of
What?
Aragon in the bottom of my bag for the first, 5 years of, the year it came out, I had a paperback copy of it in the bottom of my backpack at all times. And that thing went through so much abuse.
Oh yeah, like
Like it was.
for me, like I ended up lending all of mine from a library, and it took me ages to get a hold of all of them to read them all, and months to the point where they had to order. I think it was the eldest they had to order in for me. Um, but yeah, like even after all that, reading all of that, and it was amazing. Still didn't take my top spot. Um,
Really?
the top spot for me was an obscure one. It was The Dark Isle by an artist called B.A. Nelson.
Hmm.
And that came about because way back in good old primary school, I won their book and the artist came and signed it and such, and we got to speak to them and stuff. So they're an upcoming artist. But it was also my first book that I ever read, like full way through. Like got 200 pages. Quite good. But no, like really gripping. It sort of tells a tale about this girl who is trapped in a cellar, I believe, and they find like a critter crawl out of the wall and end up following it, and it's sort of like a Narnia kind of scene where they go through this little crawl space and end up coming out in this like sort of like rocky shoreline, and it sort of ranges from there where this little critter, they end up meeting like I think it was a dragon. I think they meet a dragon, and another creature. There's three of them and this little girl, and end up going through a little adventure. I haven't read it in so long, but I still have the book.
It sounds good.
So I need to give it another read. But yeah, Dark Isle. It's called.
I can't remember the name of the author, but I could look it up really quick. Hang on. Another fantasy series that Patricia C. Reed. There we go. Yeah, this is what the cover looks like. Basically, princess who becomes the captive of a dragon, or rather, she says, hey, my family's boring and I'm sick of all these knights trying to ask me to marry them, so I'm gonna work for you for a bit. And people think that the dragon kidnapped her, and she has to explain over and over throughout these books how, no, I work here. It's a very witty adventure series that
Oh,
has...
it's like Dragon Maid.
I was about to say that, yeah.
A bit.
All I have in my head is, no, this is Patrick.
Dark Twist asks, I'm not good with English today. What kind of editor do you use?
Me? Or you? Abby?
I'm gonna assume you, because
Oh,
you're more streaming.
Goodbye, Eurovirus.
well, all of
having you.
all of the programs that I have are free. LMMS for remixing MIDI that I've pulled from Music Score with credit to the musicians, Ardour for very specialized sound editing, Audacity for general sound editing, Synfig for some animation, Krita for 99% of it, Blender for editing videos, and GIMP for very fine picture manipulation. All of them are free. And I'd swear by all of them. Except for, well, maybe... Poop. Except for Synfig. Synfig crashes a lot. And I mean a lot. Synfig, you would be amazing, but sometimes you suck. I'm trying to figure out where these shadows are supposed to go. So just lob it over here. No, that doesn't look right. Good grief. Arg. I hate shadows. Shadows are annoying. But we had shadows in the first part, so we must have shadows in the second.
Hello, Live Tech. It's good to have you with the channel.
Hello. Welcome. I love this game.
Okay, thank you very much for joining us, my little creepypasta one.
Hey,
What a name, I love it.
come back sometime, okay? Now that doesn't look right. Hey, guys, can you help me figure out these
Yes.
shadows? I have no idea why they look so weird.
Okay.
Like, this is roughly the end result, just some very fine rim lighting, but given the fact that he's bent over nearly double, the light from the door would be highlighting the majority of his arm, his shoulders, his back, kind of
Yeah.
maybe tapering off here to the side, but in between, I'm not really sure how I'm gonna get this to work.
Where's the door coming from, if you don't mind me asking? Like, where is the door?
Over here, off screen.
Off screen. I need to wait until your mouse goes over to where it is you're directing. There? Okay, right. Okay.
But then
I think
I'm
it
here.
would cover the side of his torso more, if you know what I mean. Like, not so much underneath his arm,
Okay. So
depending
like
on where.
here.
I'm trying to think. Because like where it sort of shines under there, depending on how much his arm should cover, will be a little bit more still. Not as much, because he's now leaning down.
No, you're right. His arm would be blocking this part of his coat, but it would be flowing over the sides along his shoulder blade. I should probably
Yeah.
infer that here. No, that's way too much. Nope, nope, nope. Make it look like he's got a
Yeah.
hook coming out of his back. That'd look weird. And it definitely wouldn't cast over quite that far. It would,
No.
would probably crest over the edge here.
Mm-hmm.
And of course, it would go over the side of his waistcoat a bit. These are very rough shadows, and sometimes when I'm really, really frustrated, I'll just scribble something out and say, "Bah!" like that. But then, there's this. How am I supposed to transition that so quickly?
Well, thank you very much, Caitlin. Caitlin said, "Hey, by the way, you guys are amazing at this, and I wish I was as good as you guys. But maybe one day I'll be just as great as you guys at drawing on a computer. We believe in you, Caitlin. We believe in you."
You
Okay.
got this.
Okay, now, if you don't mind me getting on a soapbox really quick, I said that exact same thing about 2.5 years ago about Camila Cuevas and Jackie, artist for Underversed, and Super Yumna, and Gilded Guide. They're all fantastic animators, and I envied them. What I would suggest is doing something a little bit like this. I have an entire folder full of old cartoons, specifically old anime and old movies that I absolutely love. Like the 2002 version of He-Man, which didn't transfer over from my emergency hard drive. Great. Just rip a whole bunch of old cartoons and go through them very slowly, frame by frame. Notice how the animators made each movement work, how they made a movement look more dynamic or more emotional. Specifically positioning where they place elbows, knees, faces, how fast each character moves. Timing is everything in animation. Basically, watch more cartoons. Just watch them really, really, really slowly. That makes sense?
Yes.
Oh great, I might have to redo. No, maybe I don't have to redo it. If this light is coming from this direction. Maybe if I actually used this vanishing point tool. That might help. But my vanishing point is supposed to be way the heck over here. Okay. Oh, that makes so much more sense. Now I see where I'm going weird. See? Sometimes all you need is a guide.
Oh yeah, that's sort of what I was looking for in the sense of like the lighting perspective.
Yeah. Thanks, guys. Okay, once I get these roughs out. Maybe throw maybe just a little highlight on his button. No, it's way too far back. But I will throw some highlights off that shoulder. Maybe. Should I? Nah, too far. Yikes. Okay, now I know what I have done incorrectly. See, this is why I did a lot of the really heavy block shading in the first part of Don't Have to Hide. It's easier to maneuver and understand, but it's really hard to smooth out. Like, really hard. Like, you see how choppy this is?
Yeah, but you'll get there, like...
Wait, actually, this would be hitting the side of his hand.
It is Thursday night, isn't
No, it's
Yes.
Friday morning.
it? Yeah.
Wait, how early is it over there for you guys?
1:15 in the morning.
Good grief, go to sleep! No, I'm serious. Off to bed now. To bed!
There's a reason
Why?
why we're called TwoAllNighters.
Sleep!
But I'm in stream.
Hello.
Hey!
Hello. Is that who I think it is?
Oh boy.
It
Slick!
is the special bean.
Can we get a Slicky's best bean in chat, everyone?
Can we have a one in the chat for Slick being the best bean?
Yes.
They're
a
number
in the
one.
chat
Hey!
for Slicky's best bean. There we go.
How you been, Slick?
One.
I haven't been doing too bad.
Hey, I'm glad.
The usual.
Okay, yeah, this is starting to make more sense. Huzzah!
Just got the stream pulled up. Yeah, sorry if I seem kind of out of it at all.
Hey,
No,
no need to
it's
apologize.
Oh, we know what happens when Slick apologizes in stream.
Oh my god.
You're lucky, Mr. Amazing just left.
Wait, what happens when Slick apologizes in stream?
Mr. Amazing donates $5.
Every time.
Aw, damn it, bring him back.
Do you want me to DM him? Wait, I can't DM him. I'm streaming. Dang it.
Brian, DM him.
Oh, don't tempt me.
Slick, we love you. Never change.
That is true.
I love you guys too.
Oh.
Meanwhile, I am scribbling.
It's the good scribble.
So
Yeah.
always like asleep. Every now and then he just wags his tail.
So that, you know, that he's there. Make sure that you know.
He makes sure that I know what.
Pathetic Humans asks, drawing humans is the most difficult thing, along with hair and hands. Do you have any tips on how to draw them?
Yes, I do. Hang tight. So, welcome to my let's get this freaking thing back in dark mode. Good grief, Critta. Why? Alright. So, welcome to how to draw person. The average person is about 7 heads tall. The head is clearly one head. Torso is about head and a half, as you can see. I like to draw the hips as a triangle opposing the torso that is also about a head and a half. So you have this lovely little spot in the middle for the stomach. Shoulders are about half a head wide, so this would be your average person. The average leg, well, thigh-wise, is about 2 heads long. This person is quite thick, so pardon. Thick. And the knee and the hip are the same length as the calf and the feet. Now, the elbow comes to the join at the waist, and the wrist comes to about the bottom of the hips. And the hand is just a little tiny square about the size of the face. Yes, that is a face. And then repeat on the other side. Now, when it comes to a face, usually your shape would be a little bit more refined than this, but this is just a very quick scribble. Draw an egg and turn it upside down. This circle represents the entire skull of this person. Let's move it over a little bit. As you can see, it is round from the front. However, from the side, it is a slightly squashed oval. Let me fix that squashed oval really quick. Because when you look at a person in real life, you'll notice that their head comes to the joint between the jaw and the neck is about the length of your hand. So that's about how long the average person's neck would be. Now go ahead and put your hand to your face, and you'll notice that the palm of your hand usually comes to your jaw, your middle knuckle comes to about your nose, and the first knuckle of your pinky comes to the top of your eyebrow. Those are some pretty good proportions to bear in mind for when you're drawing a face. See? You split it down the middle, after I fix how the roundness of this boy. Now, dividing this middle line in half gives us an eye line. Dividing the skull in half, right here, tells us where the ear should be. Divide this line in half again. That gives us the bottom of the nose. And then divide this line in half again. That gives us the bottom of the lip. Now the eyes go, there's about enough width for... I always mess up on the width of the head. It's one of my weaknesses. There's about enough space for one eye in between them. And that is approximately usually how wide the nose should be, and enough room for about half an eye on either side. Now, I know that a lot of you draw in a more cartoony style, but so do I. I mean, you gotta know the rules to break them, right? Once you know the rules, you can twist them around and bend them however you want. You can play with proportions, you can do whatever. Now for the hairline. This is a tricky part, but usually for people without male pattern baldness. Sorry, Brian. I'm kidding. I promise I'm kidding. Wait, did my audio cut out? Can you guys still hear me, or? Oh. For the hairline, usually it's about 2/3 of the way up.
Oh, sorry.
Oh, don't be sorry.
No, that's another fiver.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I was just gonna say, I'm still here, but I'm gonna have to be quiet since my brother is probably asleep.
That's okay.
That's okay, sticky boy.
And the ear, it depends on people. Ears are weird, but usually they go anywhere from the top of the eyebrow to the bottom of the nose, to the top of the eye line, to the bottom of the nose. On a side profile, a la this, usually it's a little bit trickier, but the eye turns from an oval into a small triangle. Same rule as before. Halfway down, and halfway down. Now, this is where the structure of the jaw gets a little bit tricky. You see this? That entire spot there is where the human jaw meets the skull. That's where the nasal bone would go. So, we draw a little triangle over here. We draw the edge of the nostril right here, right where the eye meets. And that tells us where the ear should go.
Yay, I'm back.
Hey, Abby.
Hi. My internet died, I think.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Yours didn't? Well, this upsets me.
Anyway, that's very, very basic. There are hundreds of tutorials you can find on DeviantArt. I strongly recommend Draw with Jazza. Did that help clear things up? Cool.
After you experienced what I experienced yesterday, my internet just wouldn't go back on.
Really?
You came on. I'm mad.
Yeah, but yours went on, just like mine.
Me.
Why did your internet go off?
Sometimes it does that.
Sometimes it's like that.
Yeah, it was me. I'm sorry. I was spying on you.
What was I going to say?
I was trying to figure out what you wanted for Christmas!
Christmas, well,
Yeah, the real reason the NSA spies on people, you guys. They want to know what you want for Christmas. I don't know where that came from. It does make me wonder, is that a thought that has crossed FBI agents' minds at one point? Like, hey, I could use this to figure out what the heck my spouse wants.
Isn't
Or
that,
what
like,
the heck my
illegal?
friends want.
Yeah, that's illegal. Probably.
Probably.
Okay, I'm playing this game still, and I'm currently just mining away, and I have picked up, while mining, a washing machine.
Imagine,
again?
like,
Just found a washing machine. And lubricant, okay!
what the hell was that sound, Dorian?
I-
You squealed.
I don't know what to say now.
Imagine, like, an architect going out to try and find dinosaur bones and stuff, and then brings back a washing machine.
That's literally what I'm doing right now. I'm gonna go home, like, to my cat in the game, which I have, by the way.
Cat.
Well, I don't actually, I'm working on it. There's a cat that you can adopt and it's pink. So, working on that. I'll be like, Catto, I'm home. And the cat will be like, wow, what did you get from your adventures in the mines today? And I'll be like, you know, a washing machine, some lubricant, we're gonna have a great night.
Alright, shingles.
Do I want to know?
No.
No.
I didn't think so. And watch as the stream gets demonetized because jokes.
Nah, we're alright.
About that.
Oh boy.
Susan!
Should I say something really, really controversial about a small town that somebody around here may know of that's been circulating on Reddit that recently got an act passed?
What? I don't know what any of these things mean.
Free Hong Kong.
You don't know what a small town means.
No, never heard of it.
Free Hong Kong!
Oh, I found more lubricant.
Did you find my dignity? It might have been buried somewhere over there.
Well, this is the second mine I've been in and no luck yet, so.
Darn.
I found a lot of springs, though. Oh,
It's
tempering
weird to
liquid.
think how one day the whole world could collapse just because someone mined in the wrong place underground.
Not the whole world, but a significant part of... Oh my god, I just noticed that elbow. What the hell did I do to that elbow? Like, look at this! Look at this!
Look at it!
I think I'm gonna...
Yeah, that does not look right.
I've got High School Musical song stuck in my head, please help.
Nah, you're on your own.
All I've got in my head is...
God, how long have I actually been in? Been in here all day.
Have you?
What?
Did you see the Ariana Grande and Liz Gillies did a reenactment of their song?
Yeah, of course, I shared it on Facebook. Did you also see that the actor for Robbie was there as well?
Was he?
And he did, I think, as well.
I did not see.
It was before the Give It Up.
Well, Liz Gillies is in one of Ariana Grande's music videos.
I know.
It's very
So was Daniela, I can't remember her last name, but the one who plays Trina.
Ah,
She was in Thank You Nick as well.
yeah. You think, like, Ariana Grande and Victoria Justice hate each other?
Probably.
What celebrities don't?
Victoria season 5.
Where?
Just imagine the scenes.
I think we get Austin.
Huh?
Oh, you don't know what happened?
And what?
So they were doing like an interview, and Liz and Daniela were talking about how Ariana Grande sings everything, and another one like chopped in to say that they agree that Ariana always sings in everything she does, and then Victoria Justice just goes, you know, I think we all sing. It's just like, probably the funniest thing was, oh, okay, time to go.
Did you get enough lube?
No, I ran out of stamina.
Oh god.
That doesn't sound good. Did you have enough lube? Nah, I didn't run out of lube. I ran out of stamina.
Oh god.
Oh, it rains, and because of the rain, it lags. Okay. Oh god, I can't see anything. Okay, there we go. By the way, I just want to make it clear that I thought you said, did you get enough loot?
Oh. Well, that sounds like a you.
Yeah.
Somebody took all the like voice clips from the FIFA commentators and made it into a rap.
Mm.
That's one of my favorite things.
Yeah.
One of the lines is he's made them pay, and for that whole thing they went through store, robbed the store, they got the people who robbed the store, and then they go, he made them pay. It's dumb.
Bless you.
Thanks. Blah. Let's see.
So when the second part is edited, how many parts is it? It's just 2.
How many parts does Stone have died?
Yeah.
Oh, honey.
Big chunk.
It's
Why?
a work in progress, and largely
gonna say
depends
when.
on how long our collective sanity lasts.
I was gonna say when it's all like complete and all finished, are you gonna upload it as one video or keep it as a part?
And I played it as one, I think.
Well, you heard it from them.
You heard it here first, folks. I'm gonna restart my PC because it's been a bit laggy.
Okay.
Yeah, thank you.
Hmm?
I know, it's lame. I want to use the full Dorian one, but I can't.
Hey, look on the bright side. We get to set statuses now.
That is very true.
Oh, that looks so much better. Yikes. I spent a good chunk of time cleaning this up so that it, moved smoothly, and I had such a hard time maintaining some consistency with Gaster's head. Like, his head went from a very squished oval to a very tall oval to a very janky oval to... It was a bunch of weird ovals. And now, my old enemy, elbows. Allow me to regale you with the tale of my ancient rivalry with elbows and knees.
And these, jeez.
Oh, which one is this one? Oh, Mr. Socks McGreeter. This is also from the Earthbound hack. Some of the sound effects in that hack were odd, but then again, it was their first time really making a professional grade fan game, which I still find really admirable. There's something wrong with this picture. There's something very wrong with this picture. Like, this hand.
What? The first season's on Netflix, so just watch it on there for now. Oh, okay.
The first season
Password
of
is the usual one.
the first season of what?
Victorious, my brother wants to watch it.
Oh, cool. I don't know what that is.
But it was fun
Don't
joining.
have to have a
Sorry. Sorry if I interrupted.
Another $5.
But yeah, it was fun joining, but we gotta pop out for now.
I think that it may be time for Abby to get some rest as well. Don't you dare deny it, Abby. It is like 2 a.m. over there.
No,
Sleep is important.
not important enough.
Still is.
Oh, come on. How many times do you get after us to get proper sleep?
That's different. You guys have lives.
So do you.
No, I don't.
Bye, Slick. Be safe, okay, man?
Wait.
Bye.
Bye. Okay.
I don't know what we, as a human species, did to deserve that person. Because they're just too good for this world.
Mhm.
Okay. Hopefully this looks a little bit better. The wrist still looks weird. Okay, that looks... well, it looks better. What do you think?
Yeah, look.
I still don't know about this arm. I think that it's too thick. Like, thick with 4 C's.
No, I don't think it looks too thick. I think it looks perfectly fine, to be honest.
Alright.
Okay. I'll be right back.
I was supposed to be spending this stream fixing the shading, and I got about as far as I did on it yesterday, which was not all that far at all. I feel quite silly now. Yikes, we're backstage. See?
Hello.
Hi.
I have to just get my cat.
Hello.
Brian, hi.
Oh, welcome back.
Shouldn't you be asleep, man?
No. I was actually having a bit of trouble there with my internet. Discord was not having any of it.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay. Well,
I sure hope I haven't missed much.
no, just me screaming at shadows. Well, that looks, for a very, very rough set of shadows, slightly more sensible. Now, let's start working on smoothing them out. Hi, welcome to animation. Everything looks like shit. Goodness. Who on earth is texting me?
Thank you.
Do you want more?
One. Yes, please. Oh, thank you.
Let's see, which song is this one? Oh, thanks Buzz Buzz. This one was by Food Volt, and it's from, again, the Earthbound Hack. I like the way this one sounds. It's very, very chill. wish it were still possible to find copies of that hack. I've heard it's really, really good. Right.
Does anyone in the chat have any questions you'd like to ask us?
I'd be happy to answer anything, or...
Yeah. What would you like to ask, Wolfie? Copa is not something that will be discussed during this live stream, okay?
Say what?
Yes, all questions are still available. We can take a couple of questions.
Like I said, I'd be happy to answer any. Or if they're for Brian or Abby, I'm sure they'd be interested too.
So how did we celebrate Thanksgiving?
We didn't.
They live in the United Kingdom, where Thanksgiving is not a thing.
We sure do. Thanksgiving for us is just another date on the calendar. But yeah, today I had a pizza, and I woke up pretty late, and I'm probably going to go to bed soon.
Classic
That's
day
my
for Brian.
Thanksgiving for me.
I live with my aunt, and we just had turkey from a grocery store and some packaged mashed potatoes, and we were watching Downton Abbey.
Nice. I got so confused there, Jay. I didn't know what was going on because I've never seen my name highlighted like that. But yeah. No, we do not have Thanksgiving, although we do have Christmas and such, so we do still have a celebration
I love Christmas.
where we get everyone together and sort of like celebrate being a family and such, and bringing everyone close.
Thanksgiving is more a Canadian-American tradition, and it originates with the first people who landed in the American continent, so that's kind of why it's not really a thing in England. They
It's
didn't...
like how you guys celebrate the 4th of July, we have no reason to.
Yeah, because you lost.
Yeah. Damn it.
I'm kidding, please take us back, please!
Okay, so Wolfie is asking, are any tips on how to draw skeletons quite well?
Look up anatomical models.
Yeah.
A thing that I see in a lot of the Undertale fandom is, well, they draw skeletons okay, every artist draws Sans or Papyrus or Gaster or their OC differently, and there are perfectly valid reasons why. However, when I see a nasal bone that is just sticking out like a little carrot poke, that's not really anatomically correct. Usually, gosh, I need a no, bad critter, bad, do not misbehave, please. Usually whenever I see people drawing skeletons, I see people who will draw the face almost completely flat, give it a poke out, and then bring it down like an anime character. It's not entirely accurate. Usually it's a little bit more like, here's the face. This is where the jaw meets the base of the skull. This is the mandibular bone by itself. Here's the temple. It curves around to make the zygomatic arch. This is the orbital socket. It's quite big, and the orbital and the nasal cavity comes out just a bit, goes down, back in, and out. Then you got your teeth. Often people forget these big important details, like the way the nasal bone curves out, or the position of the temporal bone or cheekbone, but then again, it's a very, very stylized look. Come on, sands and papyrus are not anatomically accurate by any means or imagination whatsoever, so go crazy. But like I said earlier, you need to know the rules to break them. Usually whenever I draw sands, I start with one head, give him a bit of a puffy cheek, split it down the middle, split it down the top. I tend to draw his eyebrows first, since they're the most expressive part of him. Let me switch to something that's a little bit less bulky. And he's usually got a pretty cocky look on his face, unless, he's getting stabbed by a murder child.
Hello, Fire Red, and hello, Q Fox 0123.
Usually it's just an upside down V. Draw the sides of his cheeks. Draw the eye. This is very rough. I'm just kind of buzzing through it really fast. Looking kind of confused. But, like I said, do your own thing. However, the one thing that I can tell you to never ever forget, when you're drawing just ribs in general, it's okay to summarize this part. Most people don't draw the full ribs. However, pay attention to how the rotary cuff connects to the scapula of the shoulder blade back here, and how it connects to the collarbone. These are very important mounting points for the muscles that make your arm move the way they do. So when you neglect them, it just kind of looks weird and sloppy, like the scapula is not really connected to anything, or worse, it's connected to the spine. The collarbone just sits there, and the arm, worst of all, is when people draw a single bone for the lower arm. That's not accurate. When you are drawing the arm itself, the human arm has three, major bones. I'm not gonna count the elbow bones. Humerus, the ulna, and the radius. And then you have your carpals, thumbs, and phalanges. There are people who just draw it like that. This is 2 bones, not 1. That's all. Oh, and same for the leg. When you're drawing hip bones, remember how the head of the femur connects to the ilium. There's a hole here for the ischium for the mounting of your gluteal muscles. And right here is your patella, your knee bone. The humerus the femur kind of bulges down and connects to the fibula and the tibia. The tibia. And then you have 2 ankle bones. Not 1, 2. And then just regular toe bones here. Remember, the lower part of your extremities have 2 bones, not 1. This is so that your wrists can turn and your ankles can move in any direction they need to. Make sense?
Mm-hmm.
Lecture over. However, like I said, it's fan art. They're the only thing that you could possibly draw completely, absolutely wrong in fan art is if, well, honestly, there isn't really a wrong way to draw fan art. It's a means of developing the skill. I personally think that there's nothing wrong with drawing fan art. If you like it, then good on you. Now, if you're going for anatomical accuracy, then that's a whole other kettle of fish. But, come on, guys, just have fun. Don't let anybody tell you that your art is wrong. There are points where when you've hit a hang-up or a plateau, then look back through your art, look at what you think you're doing wrong. Like, from an objective standpoint. It's a very delicate and complicated thing to talk about or suggest because for a long time I quit drawing because someone told me that my art was bad. Objectively bad. I quit for several years because I didn't believe in my ability to draw anything anymore. And it wasn't until I ran into these guys that I actually gained some of my confidence back and started to try again. So take what I say with a grain of salt. Okay? There's always a point where you can improve, but your art is still an extension of who you are as a person. And why do I hear boss music? Your art is still an extension of who you are as a person. And through working hard to improve that skill, I feel like there are many disciplines that can be gained through that. For example, discipline to continue pursuing something even when it's difficult. I'm just rambling at this point. Goodness, I'm tired. I'm sorry.
Pathetic Humans asks, what is your favourite sans and/or AU in the fandom?
Always not a good life coach. There is less than awesome fan fiction out there that this community's made, but that one belongs in a shrine of good fan fiction that is both genuinely moving, well-written, well-paced, and suits the characters. And also it made me cry. And Katie Lou Askew's reading of it, I actually still have it in my audiobooks collect on my computer. Let me see. Where are my books? Or I had it. Gosh darn it. I'm gonna have to find the copy again. Do you guys like audiobooks? I love audiobooks.
I don't like... I probably would like audiobooks in the sense of like, when I was doing my night shift, I do like fanfic readings and stuff like that. And very much so, just like sort of telling a story through audio, like I very much do enjoy them. I can't probably name one, maybe Murder on the Oriental Express.
By Agatha Christie?
Yes.
I love Agatha Christie.
My uncle gave me it ages and ages ago, and that was one I used to listen to. That was pretty cool. Really, really cool.
Have you read the Cat Who series that she wrote?
I haven't, no.
Like, the cat who caught a... I can't remember all the titles, but there's like 40 of them, and one of them involves a man who is a detective and a slightly psychic cat. Oh, it's by Lillian Jackson, not Agatha Christie. Good grief. Where is my brain? Yeah. Like The Cat Who Smelled a Rat, The Cat Who Saw Stars. They're good books.
Nice.
What about you, Abby?
Hmm?
Do you have a favorite fanfiction or AU?
Fan fiction I'm not allowed to say out loud.
Is it the one I think it is?
I don't know which one you think it is.
Okay, I'll DM you it. But your favorite AU?
Sourfell.
That one made me cry! The...
Oh, you're typing.
Anybody else have any other questions?
I cannot remember. I know that that's just the name of a movie, but I can't remember the title of it. It's something like that though, isn't it?
Yeah.
Is that what it's called though?
No.
Right.
Way off.
Yeah, like send me the title that it actually is.
Oh my god.
Oh, another one.
It's something and something, isn't it? I'm trying to remember it. Oh. Just one flew over the cuckoo's nest. I'm surprised you knew what I meant by that though.
Took me a minute.
Yeah, there it is.
Another one that I'm a sucker for.
Oh, right. Oh.
Another one I'm a sucker for is hand plates. That's a good one.
Yeah.
It is.
In fact, I have the little Gaster Ukagaka installed on my computer, and it took a long frickin' time for it to work on my weird butt machine.
Butt machine?
Well, I'm not allowed to say a double, you know.
Ass machine?
Gosh dang it. Okay, my weird ass machine.
Oh! How you said it was weird. Okay. Instead of saying like weird ass machine, it's like you said a butt machine.
I said weird butt.
Butt machine, butt machine.
Stop, this is gonna turn into a commercial for Stairmaster.
Butt machine, butt machine.
Hi, yes, we are all adults.
Oh, my favorite AU is probably Dreamer Reborn. When I first started watching like gameplays of Undertale, Dreamer Reborn was the first thing I sort of seen come out there when it first came out. And like sort of reading over that with it being animated slightly and stuff with that. And then full animated adaptations coming of that later on. I followed that very much so. And I do love the Dreamer Reborn.
I fangirled so much when I saw the animation come out. It was so good.
Mm-hmm. I know. But I haven't been following up to date with it recently. I don't know what's going on with the production of that.
Oh, by the way, I do in fact have the little Gaster Ukagaka on my computer. And he's constantly annoyed. Oh yeah, and it does that box thing. Gosh dang it. Like I said, my computer's weird, and it doesn't run anything particularly well. But, well, okay, it runs several things extremely well. However, despite the glitch, I like giving Gaster head scritches. He's so annoyed, and it is so... There it is! Yep. Say hi to the internet, Gaster.
Yeet. Like...
I would love to be code my own Ukagaka one of these days.
Yeah. That'd be really cool.
Yeah.
Oh.
Looks marginally better than it did before, at least. Let's see. Great Scott, I have no music. There we go.
How long do you think the stream will be going for, Sage?
Until you guys say that it's time to turn it off and head out.
Don't say that. Like,
We'll be here forever.
yeah.
Well, if you think we can call it here, we probably could.
It's up to you.
Yeah, sure. I don't mind.
We're approaching a 2-hour mark.
Yeah. I think we should probably cut it.
Yeah, it's up to you.
Besides, it's like 2:30 a.m. and you need to sleep.
We're okay.
Don't test me, young man.
You call me young. Oh.
Well, thank you very much, guys. You're amazing.
Thank you for joining.
No, you're breathtaking.
Lots of love from us to you guys. Good night.
Yeah, absolutely.
Good night.
Bye bye.